with something fashion related for you. This is going to be all about my thoughts on ThredUp, and if you don't know what ThredUp is, it's a used online clothing store, gently used I should say, but you can order these giant bags and then you can fill them with your own items and then send it to them, and they'll sell what they can and give you part of that consignment, or they'll donate the things that they don't list. And so as a shopper, you can, you know, find gently used clothing items that people have sent, and then you can also they have Goodie Boxes, which is like a curated box by somebody. You know, you fill out like a questionnaire and then they curate items for you, and then you keep what you want and pay for what you want and then send the rest back. I haven't used that feature, so this is strictly just like shopping on ThredUp. So before we get into that, if you're new here, my name is Jen. This is an introverted lifestyle channel. I do videos about makeup, beauty hauls, well not like makeup tutorials, just like beauty hauls. I do Ulta videos, Sephora videos, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, Walmart, Dollar Tree, crafting videos, book review videos, writing, pretty much whatever strikes my fancy that I would consider introverted. So if that's you too, I hope that you will hit that subscribe button and stick around. Okay, so I've been ordering from ThredUp now. You know, I kind of wanted to give it a good go. I started ordering in February. Before, I think I'd like peruse the site, but I was like, I don't know. But then I saw some other vloggers like talking about it, but they were kind of talking more about like the Goodie box or whatever that you can get, that curated box. So I started getting curious. So the very first item I ordered was in February, and it was just like a North Face hoodie, and it was too small. I normally wear like a medium in tops and usually like a 6 to 8 in bottoms, and the top came and it kind of fit, but it was just like so snug, and I don't like clothes like that, so I sent it back. So what you can do is when you want to return an item, and it kind of gets you into this cycle, when you want to return an item, you can select like free label, or you can like pay your own shipping. But if you do free label, they take out like some items have a restock fee, and it's usually like $1.99. They take out that fee and then completely refund you the rest as store credit. So normally if I were to sell an item to ThredUp and then make a commission off it, I can move that money. You can either use it to purchase something in the store, or you can move that money in like into your checking account or whatever. So I've kind of gotten into this store credit cycle based on that first return. So then I ordered a second order at the beginning of March, which was like only a few days later, and I ordered a pair of like Old Navy jeans and an Under Armour hoodie. And the Under Armour hoodie, again, I usually order medium, and I measured like another Under Armour hoodie that I have, armpit to armpit, and I got it, and it wasn't, like the measurements that they had listed weren't accurate. So keep in mind that ThredUp has multiple warehouses, and it will tell you where your item's shipping from. So I'm not sure in terms of like quality control, in terms of listing items, which I'll also get to in a minute. So the pants, like forget it, like Old Navy, the size 6 was not working at all. So, and the color wasn't even right. I thought they would be like denim, but they were actually like blue, like colored pants, like blue colored pants, not like denim, if that makes any sense. So neither of those were what I wanted, so I returned those. So then in March, a little later, I placed an order again. You get into this like store credit cycle when you choose the free label, which means you can just like, you can reuse the bag, put on the free label that you print, and drop it off at like the post office or wherever. So then I got this order where I kept 2 of the 3 items. I got this Nicole Miller white top, which I like. It's kind of like crepey, so I thought that would be nice for summer. And then this is very summery as well. This is Tahari, and this is, it's got like the cutouts. I don't know if you can see that. It's got the cutouts. It's got a pretty color. It has like this cinched waist. Very cute. I ordered both of those items, and you know, I kept those, but I also had a pair of, I've been wanting to try Not Your Daughter's jeans, and I read it and it said that they were flare legged and all this stuff, so they fit, which was excellent because I'd had some issue, like I said, measuring the hoodies and measuring like the armpit to armpit and the number like not being correct. But the problem is that they were wide leg jeans, and it even said on the inside, you know, wide leg jeans like in the tag or like in the waistband or whatever. So, and I think they were even had their tags on, if I remember correctly, because they do have new with tags items. And I was like, okay, these fit, but I hate wide leg jeans. I don't know why. I just, makes me think of like, you know, when I was a teenager and like skaters and Vans and things like that. And I was just like, this is not, I don't want wide leg jeans. So, but they said flare. So I was kind of irritated at that, because then like it's not listed as correct. I'm going by your details to see what an item is, because basically they only take like the front and the back. It's not like when you shop at like, you know, Gap or Kohl's or whatever, and it's got like every angle of the model and it has a video of the model walking in the clothing item and things like that. It's literally just the front and the back on a dummy. So I was kind of disappointed in that, and I debated whether I wanted to keep them or not, and I was like, but I paid for this, and I'm trying really hard to make a wardrobe of things that when I put it on, I love that item and I feel good in that item. So I was like, okay, it has to go back. So then that went back. Then I used credit, store credit, and I think maybe some of my own funds to order a new Under Armour hoodie. And I ordered this one, and I did end up keeping it because it fit. The measurements were appropriate, you know, measuring armpit to armpit. And it's like a performance material, and it's got this bright orange, and I really love, like, olive green is one of my favorite colors. It kind of gives me like camo vibes without being camo, and then with the bright orange. So I really like that. I haven't had a chance to wear it because it hasn't been that cool to wear like a kind of hoodie that has like a fleece inside. So I was like, okay, like now we're making progress. So then I placed another order, and in that order I ordered NYDJ jeans in the same size. I think I was ordering a size 6 maybe at that time, and I ordered those, and I ordered this top, and I ended up keeping this top. You know, sometimes they have like deeply discounted items. I think this was $6.99. This is 21, which is not a brand I'm familiar with, but I think it was like $4.99 or $6.99, and I think it was final sale. So if the final sale items are marked and you can't return them. But I loved how blousy it is, and I just thought it was really cute, and I liked the pattern. I thought it would be nice for work. So I kept that. But then the jeans came, and I couldn't even get them over my butt. Meanwhile, I had just returned a pair that the only thing I didn't like was that it was wide leg. And then I get these jeans in the same size, not wide leg, and I can't even get them over my bum. So I was like, well, what is that? So then I looked at the measurement, and the measurement was it was listed as like 30-inch waist. So like, you know, if you're measuring across, it would be 15, and the circumference would be 30, and it was actually like 14. Well, that's like that's a 2-inch difference. That's significant when you're coming to like the fit of clothes. So I returned those and was like, am I ever going to keep a pair of these jeans? So then I placed another order. These jeans came, if I remember, I think they fit, but they weren't, they were listed as flare. They were not flare. They were like straight leg. I think the tag even said straight leg, and I was like, well, this is not what I wanted. And then the top I ordered a medium, and it was like really snug, like it was like strapless or like tank kind of, and it was like really snug under the arms. So I returned both of those items, and I was like, well, I guess I need to order a large and a top now. So then I ordered 2 large tops that I loved, both of these tops, mind you, when they came. And then I ordered a pair of jeans, and I was like, okay, I ordered larges in the tops. Well, they looked like larges. They were like too big and sloppy in both of them. I almost thought about keeping the one because it was like a tunic style and it was gorgeous, and I keep waiting for it to appear in a medium, and I just am like willing the fashion gods for it to appear in a medium. But I loved both of these tops, but then they were too big and they looked sloppy. Like they looked like they weren't the appropriate size. So I ended up returning those, which I was really bummed about. But this time I ordered jeans, and I ended up keeping them. And these are straight as well, but I believe this time it actually said straight. They are a size 6, and the inseam I think was a little off. It said, like, my ideal inseam is a 33-inch inseam with flat shoes. I'm relatively tall. I'm like 5'8", and my legs take up like over half of my height. But these are just enough where like my hem won't be dragging on the floor. You know, with flats, they would look cute if I was wearing like socks and sneakers. They would look kind of too short, I think, but like if I was wearing these dark jeans to work, they would look great. So I think these were like $34.99, and if you don't know, NYDJ, Not Your Daughter's Jeans, can retail for $100 and over. So to me, that was a good deal. They weren't new with tags, but they were in good condition, and you can read the condition. It'll say like minor wear, or minor wear and minor stain. It will say excellent condition, looks new. And I would say all the items that I have gotten so far that I've kept, to me, look new. I don't think I got anything. I think the very first item when I ordered that North Face hoodie, not only was it too short, but it had some pilling on it, which for the cost of it, because they still are trying to make a profit margin, I wasn't like thrilled. But all the other items I've gotten look good, and even those shirts that I love that ended up being too big and that I sent back, those looked good too. So then the most recent order had 2 items, and this one is, so I found that Tahari, and coming from Marshalls and TJ Maxx as well, Tahari and Nicole Miller are clothes that like fit my body type and my fashion needs well. So this is a Tahari. It's just a black shirt, but it has like this, like, I don't know if you can see, it has like this mesh detailing on the sleeve. Otherwise it's pretty basic, like 3/4 sleeve length t-shirt. So I ended up keeping that. And then I returned the Nicole Miller because it was kind of like weird in the bust area, which I am larger chested, so that was weird. And then I didn't realize in the photos that it didn't say that it was like sheer, so you have to wear, I usually wear a cami, but like you would have to wear some kind of cami. And I debated whether I wanted to keep it, but then I fell back into that only keeping items that I love thing. And so even though I only will get $4 store credit back or $5, I was trying to follow that mantra. So then I'm back into that cycle again where I redeemed some store credit and ordered a sleeveless Nicole Miller top, which maybe I'll run into the same problem because I ordered it in a medium where the other ones were like weird that I had ordered. And then a democracy kind of tunic sort of shirt that I'm hoping will be cute. And we will see what happens with those 2 items. So what are my thoughts on ThredUp? I think in the long run I've actually ended up spending more money using that store credit return feature than I probably would have. The things that I like are when you get a good item, not only do you feel like you're getting a good deal, but like the items are nice. That's a pro. The cost is great. Like to get a designer top or designer jeans that might retail for like, you know, anywhere from $40 to $100 for like $35 or $9.99 or whatever is awesome. To get an Under Armour hoodie, you know, for $20 instead of $40, 50% off is pretty amazing, even if it's gently used. So I think that's great, and I do like actually being able to return it for free, no questions asked, and then getting like, you know, a store credit, even though I do think it, like I said, in the long run that I'm spending more money. But the items I've got and kept I really love, and the downsides to me is like quality control, I guess I would say, or like consistency. So, you know, measuring an item and it being listed as like, okay, like if I want to know my size, I'm going to measure another item and look at the measurement and go like, okay, this hoodie that I love is 40 inches across, armpit to armpit, and then if I read it and it says it's 40 inches across and I get it and it's 36, that's not accurate. If I'm looking at the waist measure and going, okay, these jeans I have in this brand measure as 15 inches or 30 inch circumference, then I am like, okay, well this is listed as 30 inches and I get it and it's, you know, 26 inches, that's a big difference. Or if I'm looking for flare jeans and something is listed as, you know, as flare jeans and I get it and even on the inside label it says straight leg or wide leg, that's a problem too. So I think it's a bit of like a quality control issue. If you have the patience to put up with that, which apparently I do, or at least I'm leaning toward like once I found a successful pair of jeans from there and I've wanted to try the NYDJ brands and they look great on. Like they're great, and I'm glad that I finally got it figured out after like 4 tries. I think that I'm pretty much going to stick with just like tops for the most part. But it's really hard if the measurements or the styles listed aren't accurate. Like I said, that other shirt I ordered was completely sheer and I couldn't tell from the picture that it was. So little nuances like that, or like the mesh on this black shirt, I don't think I could see that in the picture, but I actually like that. So that's a bit trying. So I guess overall, my opinion isn't necessarily a negative one. It's not like a 100% perfect experience. Like I guess if I were to compare it, it's not unlike thrifting in a store where you are like sifting through items to try and find that nugget. And I guess it's kind of like that. So I don't know if this helped you. Hopefully it did if you're thinking about ThredUp and what the shopping experience is like. I have gotten payouts, like I said, on items, but you know, it's not like super expensive. It's like a few dollars per item. But then if you're turning around and using that as a credit towards other purchases, a lot of the items are reasonably priced. Like I said, you know, if you can get a designer top for like $6.99, that's a great deal. And sometimes they have special sales on certain items. So that works out. Now, I do note that if you are selling, or if they're selling, you do not get paid. So like there's like this window of time where like, and it's kind of nice because they kind of keep you updated via email, but if you log into the app, you can really see the nuances. But an item can be sold, but until that return window passes and the item is kept, like you don't get paid, and that totally makes sense. But as soon as you get that email telling you that your item has completely like sold, meaning like they kept it and didn't return it, then you see that pop up in your like account balance or whatever. And then like the money you spend turns into rewards, and you can redeem rewards for different things, like a percentage off of certain items, or free shipping, or to waive your restocking fee. So there are a lot of incentives. So overall, I think it's really great because I think that, one, it's helping me clean out my closet and then acquire back items that I love, that are gently used, that I'm not paying, you know, high cost retail prices for. So overall, my experience has been good. Has it been ideal? No, there was definitely for me a learning curve when I first started, clearly from me reading my order history to you. So I would say like a 75%, 3.5 star kind of vibe is where I'm at right now. I think now that I've found like the brands that work for me pretty consistently, and I think now that I know that it's better for me to shop for like tops and stuff there for the most part, that's the route I'm going to take. And you know, of course, if you're shopping for like accessories like shoes and purses, like that kind of is what it is for the most part, so it's probably easier to shop for stuff like that. Right now I believe it's women's clothes only that they offer, but they do have all sorts of brands, from higher end designer brands to, you know, stores like American Eagle and Gap and things like that. But I think it'd be worth checking out. Like I said, if you have the patience that you would have going into a thrift store and like searching racks for items, if you have that kind of patience and the patience of like inconsistency in terms of item description, knowing that the return policy is great, and that doesn't bother you, and you're not like, oh, I needed this item for X, Y, and Z, and now I have to send it back. And if you're not caught up in anything like that, and you have the time to look for the right item, their return policy is great. So I think that's a plus as well. So I guess overall, like if I had to give it like a star rating, like I said, like 3.5 stars probably, at least in my experience. Now maybe you'd have better success with the Goodie Box, where you do order it, it's curated based on your tastes, and then you keep the items you like and are charged for those, and then send back the ones that you don't like. Maybe you'd have better success with that. But overall, I'm pretty happy now that I've figured it out, and I'm going to continue shopping there, at least in the immediate future. And as long as I'm in this store credit cycle, I guess I'll keep shopping there. So yeah, like I said, hopefully if you're considering ThredUp, you find this helpful. I wish I had stumbled on something a little more candid, because so much of it was like this perfect scenario, and that's not necessarily the case. Like, I want the nitty gritty, and hopefully that is something that I provided for you if you're considering shopping on ThredUp. So yeah, that's all I have for you. Expect more soon, and in the meanwhile, stay introverted. Bye.